Ladies and gentlemen, on October 13th, in a groundbreaking achievement that has captured the imagination of space enthusiasts worldwide, the pioneering aerospace company SpaceX successfully caught a rocket booster in mid-air using massive steel arms. Some days ago, the dream of catching a rocket falling from space sounded like something straight out of science fiction. For decades, rockets were only designed for one journey, to break through Earth's atmosphere and complete their mission before crashing down, either to be lost at sea or burned up on re-entry. But Elon Musk and SpaceX have changed the game. But what is rocket catching? When rockets were first designed, bringing them back to Earth safely was one of the biggest challenges. Traditionally, rockets would complete their mission, detach from their cargo, and drop back to Earth. But it wasn't a gentle landing. Most of the time, these massive, highly engineered machines splashed down in the ocean. They'd hit the water with immense force, making them unusable afterwards. So after every launch, a brand new rocket had to be built, driving up costs and waste significantly. With each launch, millions of dollars in advanced materials, complex systems, and precision engineering were left to sink into the ocean. Only certain parts could be recovered, even after a long and costly retrieval process. And even if they managed to bring back pieces, the salt water and impact often left them badly damaged and unsuitable for reuse. Unlike the old way of simply letting the booster fall and be lost to the sea, the rocket catching process involves a carefully choreographed dance between the ascending rocket and the waiting steel arms, which extend outward to grasp the booster as it begins its descent gently. This allows for the complete recovery of the booster and sets the stage for its rapid refurbishment and reuse in future launches. Achieving this seemingly impossible feat of catching a rocket in mid-air seemed impossible, and the engineering team at SpaceX faced a daunting array of technical challenges. At the heart of this endeavor was the challenge of predicting the rocket's trajectory with pinpoint accuracy, accounting for factors like wind, atmospheric conditions, and engine thrust. This required highly advanced software and algorithms that could process massive amounts of data in real time, making split-second adjustments to position the steel arms for a perfect catch. Imagine coordinating a rocket descending from space with pinpoint accuracy. We're talking about speeds of thousands of kilometers per hour, dropping from the edge of space to a specific spot on Earth. The timing had to be flawless. If even one calculation were off by a fraction of a second, the rocket would miss its target and crash. And then there was the problem of materials. Traditional metals wouldn't cut it here. The rocket and the catcher, those massive steel arms, had to withstand incredible heat, weight, and force without a single weakness. They needed materials that could withstand extreme re-entry temperatures and stay strong enough to catch a falling rocket. So SpaceX engineers worked with some of the toughest alloys on Earth, ensuring every component could handle the intense conditions of rocket catching. Of course, this is only possible with cutting-edge software. SpaceX had to design landing software with a precision never seen before, requiring lines of code no normal human brain can think of. However, one of the biggest stars in this story is something SpaceX calls Mechazilla. These massive steel arms are a feat of engineering on their own. Standing tall, Mechazilla was designed specifically to catch a rocket in mid-air. Giant arms, poised and ready, waiting for a rocket to come down from the skies. Mechazilla's job is to catch the rocket without letting it crash to the ground. Doing this safely means the arms must synchronize perfectly with the rocket's descent, aligning at just the right moment for a soft, safe capture while withstanding all the heat and pressure from the rocket. The entire sequence from the initial separation of the rocket to the final capture unfolds in a matter of seconds. It's a delicate dance. The rocket begins its descent, carefully adjusting its position with small engine bursts as it approaches the landing zone. As it nears, Mechazilla's steel arms prepare to lock onto it. The rocket's engines slow its speed dramatically, and in the final moments, the arms close in, catching the rocket gently, almost as if it's hugging the rocket. And just like that, SpaceX has successfully captured a piece of equipment worth millions of dollars, ready to be used again. So why is this achievement such a big deal? Maybe you guessed it. Frequency. Imagine if we could launch rockets as often as airplanes take off. With this technology, SpaceX can bring a rocket down safely and get it ready for another mission in a fraction of the time. That means more frequent launches and a new era of access to space. We're not just talking about one mission a month, we're talking about dozens. And that opens the door to new possibilities for scientific research, satellite launches, and more. But it's not just about the number of launches. This technology could make space travel affordable, even for regular people. Picture a future where commercial space flights aren't just for billionaires, but for anyone who wants to experience space. By cutting the cost of rockets, SpaceX moves us one step closer to a time when space travel isn't a rare privilege, but a normal option. Imagine boarding a spacecraft for a weekend getaway in orbit. With reusable rockets, that kind of future is no longer science fiction. And let's think even further and dive into Elon's mind. Missions to other planets. Elon has big plans, and they don't stop at Earth's orbit. By reusing rockets, he can cut down the costs of interplanetary missions, making it more feasible to send regular supply ships to the moon or even Mars. It's the technology that could help us build a colony on Mars, sending materials, food, and equipment without needing a brand new rocket every time. This isn't just about reaching Mars, it's about staying there. Also, it has huge positive effects on the environment. Traditional rocket launches are costly, not just in dollars, but in resources. Building rockets for single use creates a huge amount of waste, from the materials mined to construct them to the debris left in oceans. By catching and reusing rockets, SpaceX isn't only saving money, they're creating a model for sustainable space exploration. This approach could significantly reduce the environmental impact of launches, making space travel greener. As we celebrate this monumental achievement, remember this is just the start. It's hard not to feel excitement if we look to the future. SpaceX has laid the groundwork for even more incredible advancements with this breakthrough. The future of space exploration has never looked brighter, and we're all here to watch it unfold. In the comments, let us know what you think is possible shortly and what imagination you want to see turning into reality.